Oh, you know that this is gonna be fun. I want some confirmation. I want some stuff that I can take as father-son stuff here. Also, I'm scared about what Luna's gonna say because I may have read the comments, kinda, so I kinda got some spoilers. So I prepared to cry, and I prepared. I need to make sure I try to switch up all my emotions and just go fully non-biased. Because I don't want my own PTSD showing. So anyway, let's get into this.
To be in here and not doing the secretary bit, but it is what it is.
Oh my god, no.
I really don't want to talk about this with others. Oh,
Oh no. This is gonna be juicy. And I know for a fact that the video is gonna be over 30 minutes long. So enjoy!
You think Solar would be what?
Uh,
Sorry, I was having a conversation about other things before you came in.
no, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? We had a I sent you an email about, us having a conversation finally.
Yeah, us.
Oh, I meant the proverbial us. You know, the whole situation. I'm sorry,
I thought us implied you and me.
No, I said, okay, I want us to talk about everything regarding your situation with Moon. I thought it was clear that the us was Moon, you, and me. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to blindside you like that. I guess I wasn't very clear.
It's okay, Earth. I'm just getting prepared myself.
I'm sorry.
I find it better to not make assumptions, because if they don't become accurate, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I thought it was clearer because, I was like, we need to talk like a family.
Makes sense in hindsight, just
yeah.
didn't expect it.
I'm sorry. Do you want to try this again another time? Or do you
No,
wanna...
we're here. Might as well.
Okay, again, so sorry. Again, I thought the proverbial us and talking like a family.
You are fine.
Okay. I just feel bad. Moon, we'll talk more about the changes I was wanting with Solar, and seeing if Solar can help with that would be great, Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.
Time for the awkwardness and stuff I can analyze.
How do we start this?
Well, let's start with, what the situation is, from what I've gathered and I've heard, basically, Eclipse is back, and you are not working with him, you are making him work for you in finding out who brought them back.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that is a big contention here, along with other things, is you did not tell Lunar about what your thought process was, or that you were doing it because you didn't want to scare him.
Right.
And I also think the way you worded it to him before, saying that you're working with Eclipse, kind of led the assumption that Eclipse might still have access to get to Lunar.
That's not the case.
Yes, I know, but it kind of came across that way. Do you think that came across that way, Lunar?
I'm gonna be honest. Kind of just blew up at the whole base statement.
Yeah, the base statement was enough to get you upset.
Yup.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. If that were to happen to me, I would completely blow up and completely, well, block the person from my life, so.
So, we understand why that makes you upset.
I'd certainly hope so.
Yes. Moon,
Yeah.
your thought process for not telling Lunar was because you didn't want to scare him, right? Could you tell me more about that?
I didn't want to scare him, and I also know that anytime we've mentioned Eclipse, Lunar, you tend to lock up.
Yeah, I lock up. It's trauma.
It's trauma, PTSD. That's what it's called, post-traumatic stress disorder. Basically, when your mind automatically goes back to that survival instinct when you're inside that traumatic experience. And Luna had to lock up a lot and also basically mask himself in order to survive.
Exactly. I didn't want to trigger more trauma. You deal with that enough. Plus, you're dealing with enough anxiety with your power situation.
I get that. But, like,
I'm not saying what I did is good. I think I definitely could have gone about it better, by all means. But I did what I did because it felt right in the moment. I do the things I do to protect my family. That's all
He's
I
a
want.
family man.
Is you guys safe? And Eclipse does not have the ability to harm either one of you. But he is walking around and he can still say whatever he wants. He cannot physically act, though. Yeah.
Okay. Lunar, what, now hearing that, what do you, have to say in response? What are you thinking right now?
I'm just eating popcorn here.
oh boy. I don't know where to really start with that one.
Do you want help figuring out where to start?
Angry.
Okay.
I know I don't. I say, don't treat me like a kid. I'm not a kid. But then I go and act like a kid. I act like a kid because it's what's comfortable. It lets me be in my own little safe space. And I understand that to anybody else's perspective, it's counterintuitive, potentially even narcissistic.
It's not narcissistic, mate. If anyone who says that in the comment section, they just haven't had the patience or couldn't be bothered to watch the entirety of it. Just go back and watch every single effing episode that exists. I have done that more than twice. Yeah. So yeah. When it comes to the early episodes of Sun and Moon Show, I know those lines off by heart.
Or whatever other big word you want to use.
Okay.
But it's what makes me feel comfortable. It's literally my default. Moon knows this better than anyone, what I was made to be. I'm your polar opposite. That's what I am at the end of the day.
The old him. The old him.
That's how I started, at least.
Well, you can see with, acting childlike, it kind of, not that it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just sometimes it reinforces to other people that, since you act childlike, they should treat you as a child, even though you've expressed that. It's just a kind of like a subconscious.
Or it's something like he must be protected. For some people, when they act childlike, they're trying to hide. They're trying to not hide, but trying to move on from something and trying to suppress something.
Thing, even I
Mask.
sometimes tiptoe around subjects with you because I don't know if you can handle them, because well, I know you probably can handle them because you're capable of handling things, but I just don't want to put too much on you. So I feel like that's where Moon's coming from as well. Not to say that's a good thing, you know. This this came out and it hurt you, all right? So it's not good, but it came from a place of wanting to make sure you weren't harmed mentally from this. And evidently, it still did it. It still hurt you in some way. So, not trying to blame you for any part or not fully I'm not saying anybody is fully to blame for this. I just think this was mishandled fully, you know?
I agree.
I can feel the tension and I can feel the awkwardness. I can feel it. And man, am I loving it.
Is there anything else you wish to say? I think I interrupted you when you were talking, Lunar.
You're fine. It's just about the whole polar opposite thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm built to be, or was built to be, the opposite of Moon the genius, the brilliant inventor, the big brother of Sun and Moon, by any account, even though I'm sure Sun would say at the start it was not super brotherly.
Yeah, I can tell that.
You can't help but feel
Restricted?
not insignificant, but I guess you want to feel comfortable in what you already are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Moon's dealt with his whole feeling like the old him because of certain actions. And I don't know how to be big. I didn't know how to be big before I died, and I certainly don't now.
I see.
And then I'm starting to understand or feel like I have a different purpose with everything. And then just
This comes up.
Jack.
The whole thing with Jack kind of, did it feel like belittling?
You forcing a bodyguard on me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that feels like?
No. I didn't mean to hurt.
I know you didn't mean to hurt me. But you did. I can't help but feel like a constant worry on the back of all your guys' head.
That's because they care about you. But I know that feeling. You feel like a burden. And I can assure you that you're not. The reason, if you were a burden, they wouldn't care about you. They'd just protect you because they have to. But the fact that they do think about you is the fact that they do care.
Lunar, the little baby brother who can't defend himself. Lunar, the baby brother who needs to be protected at all costs. Lunar, the baby brother who can't handle the truth. The truth is, I absolutely fucking hate Eclipse
I am not surprised.
with every fiber of my being. I want nothing more than him dead and gone forever. And you, even though he is controlled, willingly working with him, it infuriates me.
Understandable.
Yes, it is understandable.
That's fair.
Earth, you've met Eclipse. You know what he's like, but you didn't see what he was like with me.
I've heard.
You heard, but you didn't live it.
I don't need to. I just take you at your word that it was pretty awful.
I know, but that's the thing. You can take me at my word that it was awful, and I can describe it as best I can as terrible. But I can't express the extent of what it was like. Not verbally, not physically, not mentally. I still can't wrap my head around half of it. A deep part of me wants to go crawling back to him. Because it's what I was made to do.
Oh my god, that's some big works. That is some big words. Yep, tears are forming. Come on, you need to go robot mode. You need to go Todoroki. Come on.
Lunar, you don't have to crawl back to him.
You think I don't know that?
I was just about to say, Lunar, I think you're being combative right now with this, a little bit. Because nobody is thinking that you're not capable of doing things. We know deep down that you're smart, that you're, not even deep down. It's like, we know you're smart. We know
You're very
capable.
smart, kid.
But at the same time...
You're very smart, mate. Mate. Not kid, mate. I need to do that.
Whenever Eclipse is brought up, you just, justifiably you can't handle it. Because you haven't really wrapped your head around it. Which, there's no rush to do that. It takes time to process things, and if you need help with it, I'm happy to. This whole point of us spending all this time together was to make you feel better and to figure out how you felt. I feel like we just haven't been able to do that because you like to distract yourself from feeling those things. And then when something like this is brought up, like Eclipse being back, being an extreme case of it being brought back up, it's kind of hard to know how you will behave then. And I also think, if my opinion matters here, you are able to control your powers very well. But, I don't want you to lose what you want, which is to master your abilities here and to do whatever you need to do with the Gemini or Castor and Pollux or whoever. And
the Celestials.
feel like that is a priority for you. So, I don't know if this makes sense, but dealing with Eclipse shouldn't be a new priority for you because you're trying to work past it and move on from him, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing this right.
It makes sense to me.
I think you want to start working past Eclipse. I think you want to start getting over what he's done. It's just hard because so much has happened to you from him that it's kind of hard to know where to start, right?
Ever since I woke back up, my emotions have felt like a constant just whirlwind. Half the time I can't even wrap my head around what they are. And I don't know if that's a side effect of my powers, or if that's just something with my brain, or I don't...
That's something with your brain, kid. Mate. There's something with your brain, mate. Of course. After you died. I mean, before you got your own body. You were inside of Moon's head. You were at constant protection. But when you died, and Sun started going off the rails, when Sun started going off the rails and you had to run away, you no longer had that protection. When you died and woke up, you're getting overflowed with so much trauma that it's not funny.
No, but it just doesn't feel right or real.
Mm-hmm.
I know I hate Eclipse and I feel anger, but like I said, a deep part of me wants to forgive him.
Yes, of course. I understand that fully.
Because that's the key to healing. Forgiveness. I'm going to quote Dogman right here. You can't just forgive and forget. Sometimes you can't forgive, and sometimes you can't forget. Sometimes you just have to hate. But I don't know. Hate has never done anything good in this world. And I don't think it's going to do any yet. That's from the very first Dogman book I ever collected, which happened to be Crime and Punishment. Yes, I started in the middle of the series. Shut up. So, yeah, that made me cry even more now when I read the whole series. But the thing is, in order to heal, you must forgive. And it's harder. It's easier than it sounds. No, it's not easier than it sounds. In fact, it's harder than climbing Mount Everest. Mount Everest, you have a 50-50% chance of you making it back alive. And not even that is as hard as forgiving someone after what they've done. I mean, I still have never forgiven someone. I've never forgiven someone fully for a traumatic experience that has ever happened in my life. I asked my mom. She says I'm holding grudges. But it's too hard. If Lunar can do it, and I fully believe that he can, he will be more mature than me. And for that, I believe in you, Lunar. Go and get him, mate.
But the majority of me knows that's the dumbest thing I could ever do. He doesn't deserve to have me forgive him after what he did. And then everything with Gemini is just... I don't understand my emotions anymore.
Because you're in love.
I don't like how people see me, and I don't like how I see myself.
God, I want somebody to do an animatic of a loser baby with Lunar as Angel Dust and Gemini as Husk. Because that's what I'm feeling right now.
Well, in order to, start liking that, I don't want to say you have to change, because you don't need to change, but if you want to change, you can. Or you can just start trying to do things to make you like yourself again. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you've been neglecting yourself and pushing yourself for these powers and things when you still haven't really come to terms with what happened to you.
You need
to do some self-love,
Yes. In order for you to heal, you need to love yourself. You need to not blame yourself, kid. And I know for a fact that you do deep down.
And back to the whole Eclipse situation with Moon. There's nothing we can do at this point to stop this, okay? I think at the end of the day, Moon, you think this is a worthwhile effort to have Eclipse work for you until
Yes.
further notice?
I mean, it's the only way to. I guess. We need to know who made him again. And he wants to find that out more than anything else. Because he needs to know what his purpose is.
And you need to know who made him so they don't make him again if you deal with him.
And so I can protect all of you.
Now, logically, that makes sense. It just emotionally doesn't feel good. And it's bringing up a lot of conflicting feelings, right? It's bringing
PTSD.
up those memories, those awful feelings of wanting to go back, but also knowing there's no point, that he's bad, and blah, blah, blah. That's the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 etc., etc. Because there's a lot. Yes, not blah, blah, blah. That sounds dismissive. I understand how you feel. And I understand how Moon feels. As an outside observer, this makes sense for both of you. I just know Moon didn't mean anything personal by it. You know that too. And I know Moon knows that you have a justified right to be angry.
More than anything, I think
At
he
the
knows
end of the
that.
day, you two are brothers. If you want to continue to be upset at each other, you have the right to do so. You can.
I don't
You
think
don't have to
Moon's
talk to
upset
Moon
with
if you
him.
don't want to. That whatever you want to do. I know his actions hurt you, but at the end of the day, if you want to forgive him and try working on yourself so you can get past this Eclipse thing, you can do both. You can just, not talk to Moon and still work on yourself, but I think Moon wants to be supportive to you and helping you overcome what you have gone through with Eclipse.
I think he wants
If you
that more
want
than
his
anything.
support, then that's up to you if you want to accept it. I'm not here to force reconciliation, is what I'm trying to say here. You both have justified reasons for your things. We've talked, Moon, about how you've been going about things before. Lunar, we still have not talked about that yet. I think we should soon, to really start working on the healing process. But today I'm not starting that process. Today I want to start, well, sort of I am, but I want to start. Do you two want to be supportive of one another? You don't have to decide right now. But do you two?
Of course I want to support Lunar.
I just want to know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once you find out who made him, he's gone, right?
What do you mean gone?
He's gonna die, right? He'll be out of our lives for good?
I mean, yeah, I don't want him to be a part of our lives. I could just have him go off and do his own thing. I don't know.
Lunar?
He's not gonna kill him! Wow! That's an interesting development. I have no idea what accent I am doing, but I like it.
Okay, that might not be yeah, Well, I feel this was productive in some way. We got things out there. Look,
Yeah.
him forgiving you is not going to be an overnight thing.
I know.
He has a lot of problems, and I still have to go through all of it with him. He's kind of been putting me off for a while.
Him and Sun are more in common than they understand.
Yeah, they really are. Did I do this right? I tried really hard.
It was fine. I just don't think I gave him an answer that he liked.
What? We know how he feels about Eclipse. He wants him gone. Like, gone, gone. I don't know if that's fair.
And hell, I wanted to kill him too, but seeing how insane he is right now, I don't know, it's weird.
We want a redemption arc, don't we? I know most of you want him dead, but I want a redemption arc. Come on. He's literally Tomura Shigaraki. It's like the entirety of not entirety of the My Hero Academia fandom. We want him to also be, redeemed as well. Kinda, I don't know. I just know deep down some people agree with me. But, come on. I want him to be redeemed.
I pity him.
Well, I don't know if we should send him off to do his own thing then, but I don't know. Okay, I haven't seen Eclipse. I haven't been around him. I can't make any decisions on what should or should not happen to him.
I don't want either you or Lunar to see him.
And that's fair.
I need to make sure that he's not a threat. He can't hurt either of you, but
I know, but Lunar feels afraid, and
That's reasonable.
even when Eclipse was gone,
Very reasonable.
Lunar still
Very.
had this fear about him and these feelings. So I don't know if him being gone is going to really solve anything for him. Other than knowing he won't actually hurt him. But I don't know. I'll have to talk to Lunar more. I just hope this started the process for you to start reconciling together.
I hope so. I don't know. I gotta go do a bunch of crap.
Okay. We'll talk later about the other thing I wanted to do with you and Solar and maybe Monty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can set up a thing for all of us to sit down and talk about that together.
That'd be great. Thank you. You go relax. You
What
should
thing?
go and de-stress from that.
Yeah. Bye, Earth.
Well, I tried my best. Maybe I should have worded things better.
Nothing's your fault, girl. Not all therapists can help. That's a sad thing. You can't help with everything. That's why you need to help with what you can. I'm gonna quote All Might real quick, and I'm gonna do it in All Might's voice. There could be anyone anywhere screaming my name right now, and I would never know it. I'd never be able to reach them. That's something that a hero has to face every day. That's why I smile. So then, I am there, even when I'm not. Ah, God, I didn't even do that voice right. Because All Might's voice changes when he's in his muscle form and when he's not. I'm not good at the other muscle form, so, yeah, I don't know.
I'm already a mess right now. Well, I'll just sit here, I guess, and contemplate things. I don't know.
Review, 10 out of 10. Oh my goodness. Revelations. Well, I didn't get my confirmation, but I am happy. I am really happy, because we might be getting our redemption arc. Because I want that. I want that more than anything. Not more than I want my theory to be canon. But still. Anyway, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. I am not gonna be here. Bye-bye.